The buzzer blared, a sharp, happy sound that cut through the last echoes of sneakers squeaking on the court. Matt grinned, wiping sweat from his forehead with the back of his hand. Their team, the Green Hornets, had just won by a single point. It had been a wild game, full of close calls and quick plays. He looked over at Ryan, who was already halfway across the court, leaping to high-five another teammate. Ryan, with his messy brown hair and a smile that always seemed to reach his eyes, was the heart of their team. He made every game feel like a big party. "Nice shot, old man," Ryan yelled, jogging back to Matt. He playfully bumped Matt's shoulder. "Thought you were gonna miss that last free throw for sure." Matt laughed, shaking his head. "Never, I had it all the way. You, on the other hand, almost tripped over your own feet twice." "What?" "Hey, I was just trying to keep things interesting," Ryan retorted, his grin widening. He pretended to stumble, making Matt chuckle even harder. Their teammates were already heading for the locker room, their happy chatter filling the air. But Matt and Ryan always took a little longer, reliving every moment of the game, every good pass, every lucky bounce. "Seriously, though," Matt said, clapping Ryan on the back. "You played great. That steal in the second quarter saved us." "What?" Ryan puffed out his chest in a mock-proud way. "Just doing my job, Captain." He paused, then his eyes twinkled. "But you know what else would save us? A cold shower. This sweat is getting serious." He made a face, then nudged Matt with his elbow, a playful glint in his eyes that Matt knew well. Their laughter followed them off the court, a warm, easy sound of victory and friendship. All right, shower it is," Matt agreed, still smiling from their playful back and forth. The thought of cool water felt good after the intense game. As they walked toward the locker room, the sounds of their teammates slowly faded. The boisterous cheers and clanking of gear grew softer, replaced by the distant hum of the building. Ryan was a step ahead, his energy still buzzing. He reached the door to the locker room first, pushing it open with a triumphant flourish. The air inside was cooler, smelling faintly of old sweat and cleaning supplies. Most of their teammates had already left or were quickly getting ready to go. A few quick goodbyes were exchanged as Matt and Ryan passed by the remaining guys. "Last one's in, looks like we get the VIP treatment," Ryan joked, turning back to Matt. Without warning, he swung his arm and gave Matt a firm, playful slap on his back. It wasn't hard enough to hurt, but it made Matt stumble forward a step. "Come on, slowpoke," Ryan laughed, a bright, clear sound that bounced off the metal lockers. Before Matt could even fully straighten up, Ryan had grabbed his arm. It was a quick, strong tug, pulling Matt off balance again. Ryan didn't let go. Instead, he kept pulling, guiding Matt past the rows of lockers and toward the open doorway of the showers. The tiled room beyond looked empty, gleaming under the harsh fluorescent lights. Matt stumbled after him, laughing along. "Hey, watch it, you'll break my good arm," he protested good-naturedly, even as he allowed himself to be led. Ryan's grip was warm on his arm, a comforting, familiar touch. Their laughter echoed a bit more in the emptier space of the locker room. The promise of a refreshing shower was appealing, but Ryan's excited pull felt like a special invitation just for them. It was a small, silly thing, yet it made Matt feel a little lighter, a little more carefree. Ryan's tug brought them right to the edge of the shower area. The air shifted again, cooler and damp, carrying a faint scent of chlorine. The tiled walls gleamed under the bright lights, reflecting the emptiness of the space. It was a stark contrast to the lively court and the bustling locker room they just left. Their laughter, which had been so loud a moment ago, softened, echoing just a little in the quiet room. "See, all ours," Ryan said, letting go of Matt's arm as he gestured around the empty showers. His voice was a bit lower now, a little less boisterous. He walked over to one of the shower heads and reached up, turning the knob. With a soft hiss, water burst forth, hitting the tiled floor with a gentle splash. The sound was surprisingly loud in the quiet room, a steady rush that instantly filled the space. Matt watched the water stream down, feeling the cool mist on his face from where he stood. He took a deep breath, and the fresh, clean smell of the running water mixed with the faint chlorine. It felt good, washing away the lingering heat of the game. Ryan moved to another shower, turning it on as well. Soon, two steady streams of water poured down, creating a soft, continuous hum. The sounds of their playful teasing faded, replaced by the constant rhythm of the water. It was a peaceful sound, but it also made the space feel more enclosed, more private. The bright lights seemed to soften around the edges, and the world outside the showers seemed to disappear. Matt found himself just standing there, listening, feeling the last bits of game day energy slowly leave his body. Ryan stood near his shower, not stepping in yet, just watching the water, too. The quiet hum of the running water seemed to settle over them, a new kind of calm taking over. The constant rush of the water filled the air, a gentle curtain that seemed to separate them from the rest of the world. Matt stood still, feeling the cool mist on his skin, listening to the peaceful sound. He glanced at Ryan, who was still by his shower, not moving to step in. Ryan's usual bouncy energy had settled, leaving him quieter, more still. His gaze was fixed on the water, but Matt felt as if Ryan was looking at something much deeper. The playful jokes that had been so easy and natural moments ago now felt far away, like echoes from a different time. A new kind of quiet began to grow between them, heavier than the sound of the water. It wasn't an awkward silence, but something different, something that buzzed with a strange, warm energy. Matt's heart started to beat a little faster, a soft thump against his ribs, not from the game, but from this new feeling. Ryan slowly turned his head, his eyes meeting Matt's. His smile, usually so bright and wide, was softer now, a small, knowing curve. The twinkle was still there, but it held a new kind of message, a quiet question. Matt felt a blush creep up his neck, a warmth spreading across his cheeks. He wasn't sure why he felt this way. It was just Ryan, his friend, his teammate. But in this quiet, misty room, under the soft hum of the water, everything felt different. The air seemed to thicken, filled with unspoken thoughts. Their friendship, usually so open and simple, now had a new layer, something shimmering and unclear. It was like watching the surface of a pond, still and calm, but knowing there was a whole world moving underneath. The teasing faded, leaving behind a gentle pull, a soft hum of something new beginning to grow. Matt swallowed, suddenly aware of every breath he took, every small movement Ryan made. The soft drumming of the water on the tiles was the only clear sound. Everything else in the shower room felt thick and heavy, like the humid air itself. It was filled with things not said, with feelings that swirled around them like the mist from the warm water. Matt could feel it, a powerful, quiet force that made his skin tingle. Their usual easy friendship felt stretched, changed into something new and exciting. Ryan's eyes were still on Matt, a warmth in them that made Matt's breath catch a little. It was more than just friendly, more than just teammates sharing a moment. It was a look that seemed to see right into Matt, a look that promised something. Matt felt a pull, like two magnets slowly drawing closer, a silent asking and answering happening between them. His earlier blush deepened, reaching his ears. He wanted to say something to break the quiet, but the words wouldn't come. His throat felt a little tight. He didn't even know what words he would say. "This is nice. We won the game." Nothing felt right. The space between them, though small, felt huge, filled with the weight of this new, unspoken connection. It was thrilling and a little scary at the same time. Their long friendship, built on shared jokes and basketball plays, was changing right there. It was like a new path was opening up, one they hadn't seen before. The air was charged, like before a storm, full of energy and possibility. The steady rush of the water seemed to whisper secrets, telling them that this moment was important, different from all the moments before. Matt found himself unable to look away from Ryan's eyes, caught in the silent story they were telling. This quiet intimacy was strong, turning their simple camaraderie into something much deeper, much more. Matt couldn't tear his eyes away from Ryan's. The warm glow in Ryan's gaze held him captive, making the world outside their shared look fade away. It was a look that spoke volumes without a single word, a silent conversation passing between them. The playful teasing they had shared on the court now felt like a distant memory, replaced by a much more serious and thrilling kind of energy. Ryan took a small step closer, not breaking eye contact. The sound of the running water seemed to grow louder, or maybe it was just Matt's own heartbeat thrumming in his ears. That easy, friendly smile Ryan usually wore was gone, replaced by something softer, more intense. It made Matt's stomach flutter, a feeling he hadn't known before, not like this. You really think that last shot was luck, huh? Ryan's voice was low, a gentle rumble that cut through the water's sound. It wasn't a real question about basketball. It was a bridge, a way to speak without truly speaking about what was happening between them. Matt swallowed, his throat still a little tight. Maybe a little, he managed, his voice barely a whisper. He wanted to add a joke to lighten the mood, but the words felt wrong on his tongue. The moment was too fragile, too important for jokes. This wasn't about basketball anymore. This was about them, standing in the misty quiet, with something new and powerful growing. The air around them felt alive, buzzing with unspoken questions and quiet answers. Their easy, simple friendship was shifting, changing shape right before their eyes. The jokes had been a shield, a way to keep things light. Now, without them, the real feelings were starting to show, exciting and a little scary. It felt like standing on the edge of something big, something that could change everything. The soft whoosh of the running water kept going, a constant, gentle noise that filled every corner of the shower room. It wrapped around Matt and Ryan, making the space feel like their own secret world. In that quiet bubble, everything seemed to slow down, making the moment even more special and quiet than before. The world outside, with its loud games and busy locker rooms, felt miles away. Matt could still feel Ryan's eyes on him, a warm, steady gaze that spoke without words. He didn't need words right now. The sound of the water was like a soft song, a background tune for the feelings growing between them. It made the air feel safe, like they could explore this new, exciting feeling without anyone else knowing or understanding. Ryan took another small step, closing the distance between them just a little more. His hand, which had been at his side, lifted slowly, as if he might reach out. Matt's breath hitched again, a tiny gasp he barely heard over the water. He didn't know what Ryan would do, but every part of him felt ready, waiting. The quiet was powerful, made even more so by the constant rush of water. It was a silence filled with questions, hopes, and a brand new kind of understanding. This wasn't just teammates resting after a game. This was something bigger, something that shimmered with a delicate beauty. The water ran and ran, washing away the last bits of their playful defenses, leaving only the truth of their feelings in its wake. It was a moment held in time just for them under the steady, comforting sound. Ryan's hand, which had been slowly rising, finally moved. It didn't reach for Matt's arm or shoulder, but instead gently brushed against Matt's side, a feather-light touch that sent a shiver down Matt's spine. It was a small movement, but it spoke volumes, confirming the unspoken pull between them. The closeness wasn't just in their eyes anymore. It was real, a physical warmth that spread through Matt's body. The friendly fun they usually shared, the easy pats on the back and joking shoves, felt like child's play compared to this. This was a new, warm feeling, soft yet powerful, like the gentle heat from a fire on a cold night. It was a feeling that made Matt want to lean in, to get closer, to understand what this new connection meant. His heart beat a steady rhythm, a drum keeping time with the rushing water. Ryan's fingers lingered for a moment, then moved away, but the warmth remained. His eyes, still holding Matt's, seemed to ask a silent question, a question Matt felt deep in his own chest. He didn't know the answer, not yet, but he knew he wanted to find it. The usual boundaries of their friendship felt thin, almost transparent, ready to be crossed. The air in the shower room, already thick with unspoken words, now felt heavy with a sweet, new kind of hope. It was a hope that something beautiful was beginning, something that went beyond basketball and locker room jokes. This growing intimacy was a delicate dance, a slow, careful exploration of a path neither of them had known existed. The sound of the running water continued its steady song, a witness to the quiet transformation happening between them, changing their camaraderie into something much more profound. The space between Matt and Ryan had shrunk to almost nothing. They stood so close now that Matt could feel the gentle warmth radiating from Ryan's body, even through their sweaty basketball clothes. The soft brush of Ryan's hand against his side had ignited something, a spark that quickly grew into a quiet fire. All the playful teasing, the jokes about missed shots and clumsy moves had completely faded away. In their place was a strong, new desire, a feeling that made Matt's entire body hum. Ryan's gaze was no longer just warm, it was intense, full of a longing that mirrored Matt's own. Matt felt a dizzying rush, a mix of excitement and a little fear. This was new territory, far from the familiar comfort of their friendship. But instead of wanting to pull away, Matt found himself leaning in, drawn by an invisible thread. The sound of the running water seemed to pulse around them, a steady beat that echoed the rhythm of Matt's heart. Every small breath Ryan took felt important, every shift in his weight felt meaningful. The air was thick with this new feeling, a silent promise hanging between them. It was a desire that spoke without words, a language understood only by their eyes and the quiet hum of their closeness. Matt lifted his hand slowly, almost without thinking, and let it rest gently on Ryan's arm. The muscles beneath his fingers were warm and firm. It was a small touch, but it felt huge, like stepping over a line that had always been there. Ryan didn't flinch, didn't pull away. Instead, his eyes softened, and a hint of a smile, shy and tender, touched his lips. The playful teasing was gone, replaced by a deep, quiet yearning that settled comfortably in the humid air of the shower room. Matt's hand stayed on Ryan's arm, a gentle anchor in the swirling quiet. Ryan's shy smile grew a little, and his free hand slowly lifted, mirroring Matt's touch. His fingers found Matt's bicep, a soft squeeze that sent another jolt through Matt. They stood there, not moving, just letting the new feelings wash over them like the water from the showers. The sound of the running water was no longer just a background noise. It felt like a part of their moment, a quiet witness to the deep connection that was just beginning to bloom. Their eyes, still locked, held a promise, a silent agreement to explore this uncharted path. There was no need for words. Every glance, every soft breath, every small touch spoke more than any words could. The humid air of the shower room felt warm and comforting, a safe space where their friendship could grow into something more, something beautiful and new. Matt felt a sense of peace settle over him, mixed with a thrilling anticipation. This wasn't just the end of a basketball game, it felt like the start of something much bigger. The casual, easygoing bond they'd shared for so long had deepened, changed, and now glowed with a new kind of light. It was a connection that promised tenderness, understanding, and a quiet, budding desire. They remained in that moment, in the soft, misty glow of the empty shower room, surrounded by the constant, gentle rush of water. It was a perfect ending to their game, and a perfect beginning for whatever came next between Matt and Ryan. The deep connection they felt was a quiet secret, just for them, just starting to unfurl in the peaceful hum of the running water.